Here with Scott Borek, head coach of Merrimack, after a 3-1 season opening loss to UMass out in Amherst. Coach, can we start with an opening statement on the game today?
Yeah, it's been a long time to get to this point, and first and foremost, I want to thank everybody at Merrimack for getting us here, because it wouldn't have happened without the commitment by a lot of people that aren't even involved with our hockey program. But a lot of people worked really hard to get us here. So we truly appreciate this opportunity. And you know what? It was a difficult first time in a long time for a lot of these guys to play. First time in 2 years for guys like Philip Forsmark and Philip Carlson-Tagstrom. Neither one of them played a game last year. So all in all, I thought our effort was pretty good. Our details were pretty average, not surprising. And they were a really good hockey team. We just we tried to find a way to score a goal at the end of the game, and I thought our guys hung in there and kept playing, but they were pretty tired at the end.
Okay, open up to questions, starting off with one from Mike McMahon.
Hey, Coach, what happened to Yuri there after the goal?
Yuri got hit in that net front scrum. He got an elbow in the head and didn't feel well. Tried to play through it. If you watch the goal again, he didn't even come close to stopping. That was a long shot. He was playing pretty well at that time. And he was having concussion symptoms and had not spoken to us about it. And then when he came to the bench, it was clear he was really having trouble kind of tracking the puck, and that's why he came out.
Okay.
Any other questions? Mike? Oh, we got one from Mike Macknick now.
Yeah, Scott. So obviously that wasn't an expected sort of situation then that, that you had to bring Zach in, but it seemed like he gave you more, probably even more than you were looking for at that point for a guy who mentally, all of a sudden he had to shift his mindset to being in the game.
Yeah, and that's one of Zach's strengths, to be honest with you. He really, I asked him if he wanted us to call a timeout and potentially get a warm-up, but he said, no, I'm ready to go. And, 5 seconds earlier, he was sitting on the bench watching a hockey game. So that's the life of a goalie who's not in the net at the time. But you know what? For a freshman to be that prepared to play, I was impressed with his preparedness.
John Leahy, do you have a question for Scott?
Yeah. Hello, Scott. I'm just curious to get your thoughts on the debut of Jeffries. He set up Griesok on the breakaway goal. It looked like he had great energy from the start.
Yeah, I thought he played pretty well. He's a young player. He's going to make young mistakes. But I thought he did a lot of really positives today. I think that he just continue to do it. I mean, for him to play his first college game and have the puck as much as he did, that's pretty impressive. And he'll make more things happen as we play forward, as we get comfortable with some line mates and get comfortable playing college hockey for him. And you know what? I think he's going to have obviously a fine career, but nice assist tonight. And I thought, hey, early in the game, he had set up a couple other guys too that we didn't finish on, but we had really good chances on. So, all in all, 2-1 hockey game. We haven't played in over a year. We haven't played this year. We had 2 breakaways. We gave up a 5-on-3, and they got an empty net goal. And we had many chances to have a better result tonight, and we got to learn from those, that we didn't take advantage of them.
Another question from Mike McMahon.
Speaking of Yuri, up until that point when he had gotten hurt, it seemed like he was giving you a pretty good game at that point. Obviously, what'd you kind of see from him up to that point?
What I thought was really good, and last year I thought he was a freshman last year, and he had a lot of young guys in front of him, but I was really impressed with his compete. Around the crease. I think last year he let some things happen to him, and this year I felt he kind of battled to own his space, and that was really good. That's why he was out of the net, because he fought for that space, and I thought he did a really good job doing that. This is one of the hardest teams to do that against, because they crash the net so hard, and they're very physical on your goalie. Unfortunately, that's how we ended up out of the game. And Yuri tonight against that kind of pressure got to the top of his crease and really battled well. I thought he did a really good job. I was really, I felt unfortunate for him the way his game ended, but that's part of the game.
Okay. Another question from Mike Macknick.
Yeah, Scott. So that first period, boy, you had a couple of pretty good chances on the breakaways, from Jeffries on the shorthand and then from Welsher. Did you feel like maybe if one of those go in, it kind of gives you guys the momentum heading into the second there?
Well, I thought if we could have scored first, it would have been huge for our team. We're playing a really good hockey team. We know that. We're playing shorthanded. We know that. Getting out in front would have been a real advantage to us. So those opportunities that we missed were lost chances, and you know how that works, right? You don't score two, that's a problem. It's going to come back and haunt you. And we lost the game by a goal, and either one of those could have obviously been a different outcome. So very much so that we didn't capitalize there. Would have relaxed a little bit more, maybe just continue to play. But two good chances, and those guys keep getting them. I'm pretty confident they'll score in the future.
Another question from Mike McMahon.
Just one more from me. Jacob Modry seemed to make his presence felt physically. A couple of big hits in the neutral zone. Obviously 6'4", 6'5". That's some of the stuff he kind of brings to the table. But what did you see from him? He had played physical at times last year, but I don't remember him bringing that much physicality like he did in this game tonight.
Yeah, I think part of that was, I think he's a sophomore now, so we see he'll be much more aggressive in his play, in his decision making. And when he plays that way, he's really effective. As you saw tonight, he creates a lot of space, hard to beat one-on-one. He can go in the corner and can beat you up a little bit. I thought he played well, and it's funny because he's been practicing and really working really hard on his game, and tonight I thought it showed dividends. I thought he had a nice game, a good first game for him, and hopefully he'll build on that moving forward.
Okay, we'll take one last question from Mike Manick.
Sure, Scott. So I also wanted to ask about, of course, it's tough watching the game on TV because you can't see the whole ice surface. But on Griesak's goal, was he stretching there? Did he come on for on the line change there, and was he just stretching out there at center ice?
No, we had kind of made a decision at 2-0 to stretch our right wing, and that's why Alex saw him so quickly. And we had just told our right wing not to come back into the zone. So we don't do that often, but we're down 2-0. Really nothing to lose at that point. We hadn't had a lot of offense going in the third period, so we tried to be kind of gimmicky and create something, and we got fortunate, and it worked. But usually that doesn't work. Usually that comes right back at you. But it was on the right guy's stick, Jeffries, and he got it to the right guy, Chase Griesak, and good things happen.